Welcome to Tour of the Office Tuesday. It's Tuesday, June the 13th, 2017, year of our Lord. It's summertime, baby. Welcome back. We did a little Tour of the Office Thursday last week because we had to. That was the Mini Museum version 3. And we're filming from a different location because it's summertime. We're doing some changes here at the house, but I wanted to do something for this particular Tour of the Office Tuesday that made me think of summers yonder, back when I was growing up. And when it was summertime, I always looked forward to watching a bunch of cartoons and not doing much of anything productive. And I love the cartoons that I watched back when I was growing up. So I'm going to do a couple of items. Some are from this month or quarterly subscription service called Nickbox, and you can look that up online. It's like a box that they send you with all sorts of stuff in it from Nickelodeon in the 90s, Funko Pop, and then a couple of books that are from the Nickelodeon's golden era, which was, of course, the 1990s. I have a couple of items to show you. First of all, I'm going to talk about this. This was an item from the Nick box. This is Filbert. This is a little desk toy. I keep it on my desk now, and he is dressed up for karaoke. This character is from Rocko's Modern Life, which is actually, if you watch Rocko's Modern Life, it's nasty. Like it's unbelievable that it was able to be shown on television. I think you can find episodes on Amazon Prime, but man, I can't. I didn't remember it. I didn't remember all that stuff. It was over my head. But Filbert worked at a comic book store in some of the early seasons, and he had this little phrase where he would say, "You turn the page and you wash your hands. Turn the page, wash your hands." But then he became a character, and this came in my little Nick box, so I keep it on my desk. Filbert. Also in the Nick box was this plush of a locket that Helga Pataki carried in her I don't know, near pocket. I don't know where she carried the locket or whatever this is. This is from Hey Arnold. It's a plush, of course, of a locket of Arnold from the show Hey Arnold. Again, one of the great shows of the 1990s. And so Helga, she showed her love to Arnold by like bullying him, and you know that's how she functioned. But what she would do is she would like bully him, and then he would walk away, and then she would say, "And yet, I love you because of your football-shaped head." And then this other character would like emerge from behind her and then like breathe really heavy, and it would be like, and then she would go psh, and break his glasses every time. But this is from Hey Arnold. She did this in almost every episode. Some books, if you're interested in this sort of thing. It's obvious that I am. I've read some of this book. It's called Nickelodeon Nation, and it was about sort of the history of Nickelodeon's emergence in the late 80s and early 90s. I think it's really interesting because it's nostalgic, but it's from more of a academic perspective. I think it's kind of boring. But what's not boring is this book. It's Slimed, an oral history of Nickelodeon's golden age. I listened to this on Audible and ended up getting the book because an oral history is basically a bunch of quotes that they get, and they piece together some sort of narrative or history story of all sorts of different aspects of Nickelodeon in the 90s. And particularly, I think it's interesting when they talk about shows like Double Dare or What Would You Do, or Wild and Crazy Kids, some of the or Legends of the Hidden Temple. Lots of shows that had kids competing. I would love to go back in time and compete on one of those shows, or do it now. I mean, I'd be a ringer, you know. Like I think I could win. But one of the really interesting things about this book is it talks about all the different recipes that they used for the slime that people would get slimed with. And as it turns out, the earliest slime actually was like rotting stuff. It was like really, really nasty, and it was like this green color because that's just the biological process of decomposition. I don't know. And then it ended up being like oats, like cream of wheat, usually dish detergent, and then food coloring. That was like the safe version. But in the 80s, it was like nasty. So this accounts for some trivia like that. And my favorite things, This is a little stress ball from the Nick box that I was mentioning earlier. And the ball, if it looks familiar to you, it was the ball at the very beginning of the Rugrats episode when the show would come on. It would have the opening credits, and this ball would be featured in that opening credit. And I love Rugrats. The book Slimed Oral History talks a lot about Rugrats and how just sort of innovative and boundary pushing that show was. But here are two little characters from Rugrats. This is from the Funko Pop series. If you come in my office, I have tons of Funko Pops. But these are new. This is Tommy Pickles, the main character, and his best bud, Charles E. Finster, aka Chucky. And I think these are really cute. I think they're also kind of like scary looking. If you've ever watched the show or the movie Coraline and it gave you nightmares, this sort of reminds me of Coraline because the soulless black eyes. But I keep these behind my desk with the ball because they have to play. But anyway, I love 90s stuff. I'll get another Nick box in the fall, so we'll probably go through that together. But if you ever want to come and talk about 90s things, baby, I'm here. I'm here for you. I hope you're having a great beginning of the summer. At UKirk, we're doing lots of fun things to prepare for our new students who will arrive this fall. And we're just thinking about you. We're hoping that you are watching cartoons or working or doing productive things. But whatever you're doing, we hope that you're having a wonderful summer. And we'll see you next week at Tour the Office Tuesday.